place where that doesn't happen so much. Even for this great country of America that we build on those foundation countries, it's not happening so much. Why? Go ahead, sister.
In my opinion, based on where we are today in the world, I think them taking the prayer out of schools and then the rights that children are given. It's, you know, if I'm disciplining my child, they can call on me and I can be arrested for disciplining my child. And that gives you a whole different perspective of how you are to raise your children. For me, whenever my children were younger, I didn't really have to, you know, girls and boys are different. So my daughter was different. I could just tell her something, she did it. But my son was a little bit, I had to really take the rod out. I really did. But then it got to a point where, you know, he got bigger and it was, you know, I didn't want to do that. But then I just started thinking about ways to get him to be more obedient. And just got creative with taking that Xbox or back then, you know, whatever it was, I did. And then if, you know, he had disagreement, he went in his room, he slammed his door. I said, if you slam your door again, when you come home from school, the door's gonna be taken off the hinges. My husband at the time did not believe it. He's like, oh, Darnett, come on, that's just extreme. I said, no, because he can go in the bathroom and change his clothes, he can do all these things, you know, and I did. One day he slammed it one evening and I didn't say anything. I went in my room, I cooked, I took dinner, ate. Next morning when he left for school, I took the door off the hinges by myself, put it in the garage. Kept the bolt and kept it off. And he, you know, but it was just a matter of, I think, and parents are afraid to do things. Even if you can't physically hit them, I think you can do other creative things to make them be more obedient, and it would be more you raising your child and not the child telling you what you're going to do as a parent. I think that happens a lot.
We got a whole nother subtopic on discipline coming up.
Oh.
Second subtopic is all about discipline. And
I jumped ahead.
That's all right. That's all right, Pastor Jack. I mean, that's okay. We used to that. But we got another whole subtopic on discipline coming up next.
But I think that is the thing. I think the raising, and then I think the media. You know, the social aspect of it.
Well,
Of
even
them
before
being
the
able
media, we were changing. We started more hands off. Even before the media got so spread out, we started evolving into a point where we didn't, you know, we wasn't laying down that foundation.
Right.
We wasn't sharing.
The media just escalated. Now they can
Absolutely.
take pictures of everything
Yeah,
and send it
absolutely.
in, and you know.
Yes, sister.
Well, I think a part of that also is that, my opinion, and I know I'm the oldest one sitting in this room.
Don't be so sure.
The church, the believers have become, we look so much like the people in the world.
Yeah. Look just like them. A matter of fact, you can't tell the difference sometimes in some churches and some things that are happening within the walls of the church, just like outside. There's no separation. There's no difference between what's been done in the church and what's been done outside the church. I mean, now the churches are composed of, even from things, don't get me wrong, music and everything else. It's just like the outside world. There's no difference, no separation. And then it became an era where we said that I'm not going to say nothing to old John over there, Susie over there, because I'm guilty of the same things. I don't want them to start looking over my house and saying what I'm not doing. And I got some old B.B. King albums and stuff probably need to be thrown out too. Or whatever. You know, we start looking at the people versus the Word of God. And we start looking at other things other than the Word of God. I'm sure school being taken out, prep being taken out of school, those things are key too. Probably more key than we can imagine. But there are other things, there are factors, Dr. Moore, that led us to this place where we are now, that we don't share, we don't talk about, we don't give guys, spiritual guys, good counsel.
You know, they often talk about prayer being taken out of the schools, and that's true. But how about prayer being taken out of the home?
How about that? And regardless of whether it's taken out of school or not, it should never be taken out of home. And every Christian, every believer, I don't care, school, work, job, wherever, you're going to pray.
Yeah.
You're going to pray. 11th and 12th grade, things started getting tough for me, and hey, and I was trying to work a job and I ain't get the right study in. Lord help me with this test. You know I'm not fully prepared for it, but give me the wisdom and knowledge to pass this thing. And even college, this old raggedy car just keeps stopping on the road and smoking. I got to pull the hood up. I got to pour some water and get to school. Lord, I don't know what's wrong. I'm not a mechanic, but just get me there. You know, those days. You know, those type of things. So for a Christian believer, it should never be taken out of the home. It should never be taken out of school. Tiffany and Friendly, they might not do pledge allegiance and prayer in the morning, but for that test, you ought to be always indulging some prayer. Always communing with God to help you and aid you to wherever, the test or wherever. Peer pressure. We got bullying and peer pressure and all those things are going on today.
I think another part of it is that I think more parents are trying to be their child's friend.
We're going to
Not
talk
your
about that.
child's friend.
Right. We're going to talk about that.
You know, then a lot of parents that their children, be in their conversation. No, my mother used to say, go on upstairs, or go on outside, or whatever, and a lot of parents that their children be in their conversation, and then you can't even come knock on nobody's door nowadays and say your child did this. My mother used to be waiting at the door for us.
Right. Back in the old days, they was probably spanking you, get another spanking when you get home. Right.
You touch somebody's child now, say something about somebody's child now, they be standing at your door.
Not even touch, just say something.
Yeah.
Well, a lot of things led to that and where we are today. Segregation, going to school. I remember from 4th, 5th grade when we started going to school, Caucasian schools and whatnot, and the treatment was bad, and the treatment was different. So a lot of things kind of led to that place where we are, and the spankings were different and stuff. So, neighborhood, it was a time when neighbors knew each other and communicate with each other all the time. And then people started getting a little bit too nosy and getting overboard. And so that led to where we place are today. But there's a lot of different factors that why we're where we are. So it's saying surpassed by certain those witnesses are cheering us on today. Can't you hear this note, grandmother, grandfather just cheering us on, saying that keep fighting, keep going. I know it's difficult, but just keep pressing your way on. Just keep pressing your way on. And the church has an obligation to do that as well, right? We as a church have an obligation to do that as well. The church recognizes, and we see people that's obviously going through trials and tribulations. They're missing from Sunday to Sunday. Are we calling upon them? Are we checking where you are? Not to get all in your business, but we miss you. We have a responsibility as a church. Yeah. Are we going checking on the lost sheep? Or we just saying, okay, outside of mind, okay, I'm gonna mind my own business, let them come and do what they want to do. And it goes from one Sunday to 6 Sundays to months to years, and all of a sudden they're not in existence no more. We don't know what happened to them. We don't even care. We have a responsibility too as a church. So we're gonna move along a little bit more fast so Dr. Moore can get up here and say what he's got to say. So lay aside every weight and the sin which so like Sister Moore said that the weight can not only just be a sin for things that perceive to be sin or that weigh us down. I struggle with tennis in the summertime especially. I struggle with being a season ticket holder for Redskin games on Sunday, trying to get out to FedEx. You know what I mean? Where are my priorities? Where's my focus? You know what I mean? Lord knows, I stand in front of the TV every Saturday watching Alabama game from start to finish. But that becomes your focus. That becomes what you are and what you become, what you see and what you do. So we all got some issues. We all got some situations in our lives. We got to be careful. Don't let those things take focus on our lives. The troubles of life sometimes can be that focus. So we're so busy worried about how we're going to pay that bill or that we don't have the money. How we're going to find that little income to take care of this. Or the seasons as the world puts on us, this Christmas season, the holiday season come up, that becomes the weight of the world, the weight that can press us down, that we can lose focus on. So the writer of Hebrews knew that they're going to have to endure these things now. It's not just minimum things. Sometimes things are going to press you down. And so I want you to be able to overcome them. I want you to be able to embrace them. Because guess what? It's going to happen. It's going to happen to all of us. You're not going to live this life and not be challenged with the obstacles of the world. I don't care how good you think it is or how good you got it going on right now. It's going to happen. Even for our young people, it's going to happen. You don't understand, but it's going to happen by and by. And it can't be happening right now. In school or whatever, the peer pressures of life is going to happen. And the writer of Hebrews wants you to be able to embrace that. For us Christians, there will be joy. If we believe that John 3:16, there will be some optimism. There will be joy to wake up each morning and say that no matter what, God has given us promises that he never fails. He's told us that he will never leave us nor forsake us, that he'll be with us, that he'll go through whatever trial, tribulation we're going through, right along with it, and don't think for a second that he's going to know what you're doing, enduring, and what you're going through, and that he's not able. I don't care where it is. He is faithful. He is faithful. He is more than faithful. For he will never let you down. That person call up on the phone at night, well, every now and then they'll let you down. That's your call. But he will never, ever let you down. And that gives us joy. That gives us optimism to know that Christ loves us so much that what he did on the cross and justified us, and he makes us, that we're partakers, that we should be energized each day. And as the third verse talks about, we should never have our heads hanging so low that we don't remember the promises of God as Christian believers. And that's something that we should be sharing. That's enough for us to share with somebody else. That's enough to lay down that foundation so great with it. And so, the obvious sins are one thing that keeps us down. Well, that sin is in our life. We're going to have some slips and falls and some bumps and bruises. Everybody's not going to get it right.